Welcome to the International Christian Women's Council for July 2023. I do not own the rights to this music. The topic for the month of July is When the Enemy Looms Large. Remember, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. The scripture reference is Exodus chapter 15. I will read the King James Version. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare a habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, have dashed in pieces the enemy, and in the greatness of thine excellency thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble, and with the blast of thy nostrils the waters were gathered together. The flood stood upright as a heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. Thou didst blow with thy wind, the sea covered them, they sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Thou stretchest out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them. Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast girded them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestina. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab, trembling, shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them by the greatness of thine arm. They shall be as still as a stone, till thy people pass over, O Lord, till the people pass over, which thou hast purchased. Thou shalt bring them in and plant them in the mountain of thine inheritance, in the place, O Lord, which thou hast made for thee to dwell in the sanctuary, O Lord, which thy hands have established. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea. And the Lord brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. And Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And Miriam answered them, Sing ye to the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur, and they went 3 days in the wilderness, and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them, and said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Lord that healeth thee. And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. This month we sing a song that Moses and Miriam are singing to the Lord as praise, because the Lord fought for the children of Israel against Pharaoh, and Pharaoh's army did drown in the sea. When we, the Lord's children, are in danger, the Lord himself will fiercely come to our rescue. When we call him, he is always ready to answer, and he will fight for us. God is our refuge, a very present help in time of trouble. God has promised that he will never leave us nor forsake us, and this month's reference reassures us once again that no matter what comes our way, he is right there for us. COVID-19 and its variants, the Lord is right there. Debt, financial woes, the Lord is right there. Sickness in your body, the Lord is right there. Wayward children, the Lord is right there. Death of a loved one, the Lord is right there. Threats of loss. The list goes on and on, but God never leaves. What do I need to do in this partnership? Keep knocking, keep calling, keep inviting him into your situation. He is a gentleman, and he will not bombard his way into your struggle. But when you invite him in, new life begins. Glory. Let him in, saints. Let him in. Moses is the leader, the under shepherd here. His ultimate responsibility, goal as a leader is to keep the people of God safe, and he understood his assignment. He did what God led him to do to keep the Israelites safe. God infused him with dunamis power from on high to lead, guide, and navigate them to safety. Together, they safely made it through the sea on dry land and were able to see the hand of God through their leader. And they saw Pharaoh's army drown in the same sea. Yes, they made it safely through. God is still God. Trust and obey. There is no other way. That's what we, the children of God, are to do. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Oh, so you thought just because you told the Lord yes, the enemy would simply stop? Not. The enemy is just getting started. By telling the Lord yes, you now have resources, tools in your spiritual toolbox to fight with. Stand still and let the Lord fight for you. Your only fight now is the good fight of faith, and you fight it on your knees or on your face in prayer. Tell God all about it and watch him work. Keep telling him yes, and keep watching him show up and show out in your situations. Earlier in the lesson, a few struggles are listed, but those might not be your struggles. However, Whatever your struggle, the same God that handled Pharaoh is totally equipped to handle your struggles too. Trust Him. Give them to Him. Cast all your cares on the Lord, for He careth for you. And that's Psalms 55, verse 22. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19 assures us of two things. Number one, the enemy shall come. And number two, the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Fight. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is His name. Call His name over and over again. When you get tired, keep calling His name. He will always show up in the midst of your situation and work things out for your good. If I can use the words of one of our beautiful First Lady and the Clark sisters' songs, please repeat these words with me. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. I feel the intangible. I see the invisible. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. The end. God bless you and thank you for joining me today.